the difference for me between Shalom and Core was at Shalom, you go and you do a training weekend and then you go away, maybe for 6 months or a year. Maybe you go back and do another training, but there's not any like consistent work and connection and keep it going. And how do you, like, the door opens and then how do you keep it open? It's like in core energetics, we talk about expansion and contraction, right? And you do a session or a training weekend and there's an expansion that happens, and then you leave and there's a natural contraction. That's natural. It's going to happen. You'll get triggered by something in the external world. And then you go back again, or you go back to your next session and you expand again and you contract maybe a little less. And then you expand a little more and contract a little less and expand a little more and contract a little less until the expansion is where you live and the contraction happens when you get triggered. But then you have tools to notice first. Of course, you can't do anything until you're conscious of what's happening. And then when the consciousness opens, you go, oh, I don't have to stay here. I can go back into that expanded state. And so you've got these tools then that take you back. And so you can really live in a more expanded state, which is infinitely better.
Yeah, I think that's a struggle that retreat centers have generally. Shalom is no exception, that they have this one-off experience. And even if you do, as one of my friends did for years, go once a month, there are still those 3 weekends and all those weeks in between the sessions.
Yeah.
And that's an exception. Most of the folks I know, including myself, even at first, don't go to these retreats on a regular basis.
So it's a different model, and it's fine. It's for a different kind of person who doesn't want to make a commitment for ongoing work. And so there are those people, and that's fine.
Well, and I wouldn't even say that it's necessarily some people over here and some people over there. I would say that perhaps the ideal relationship between these retreats and a regular relationship with a practitioner is that the retreats might open up a particular awareness that then can be explored. I continue to lead retreats here in North Carolina that open up the participants to a particular possibility within themselves. And then quite often, these are already existing clients, or they're folks who become clients out of their own commitment to lifelong learning. This is not a fix for a brokenness. This is just a part of the education of being a human being, as it seems to me. And I think that's a fundamental difference.
And the beauty of the core energetics model is that you cannot outgrow the work.
Right.
You cannot outgrow the work. So you can do this work as long as you're alive.